7 miles per hour as well. And getting ready for qualifying. A little bit of a delay, but we are getting ready for the start of qualifying as well. Let's bring you through the qualifying groups. In Group 1, it will be Bobby Thompson, Jake Hill, Colin Turkington, Rob Huff, Ronan Pearson, Tom Ingram, Andrew Watson, then Tom Chilton, Aidan Moffat and Scott Sumpton out in Group 1. And then we'll go through Group 2 when it gets there once more. We're just over a minute away from getting underway here at Snetterton in Norfolk on the 300 layout for the third weekend of 10 for the British Touring Cars 2024 campaign. And just looking at Tom Chilton getting ready in his car. The fans watching on. It has been unpredictable weather here at Snetterton today. It started off dry, but then in free practice 1 for touring cars, it started raining. It's been on and off raining currently all throughout the day. It is bright and dry, the weather is saying. Wind direction is north at 4 miles per hour. And we will be getting ready to go green here at Snetterton. Green flag is on. And away we go here for qualifying for the third weekend of 10 here. Cars getting pushed back in pit lane as the green light goes on and all the cars get pushed. We look above Thompson in the 4th WSR car from this weekend onwards. He did testing at Brands Hatch Indy on the first official test of this year. Weather conditions: rain, track temperature 13.2 degrees, air temperature 14.5. And as cars head out for the first time here in qualifying part 1, Group 1 as well. 11 cars in this group. I believe we have 10 cars in the other group. And then it'll go into the top 12 for part 2. And then into the top 6 for part 3 here for British Touring Car qualifying. 10 minutes each session here for the qualifying format. And with lap times taking just under 2 minutes depending on conditions. Maybe around 2 minutes with the conditions. There is no time to lose and there's no waiting time here for the drivers out on track. Colin Turkington just on his warm-up lap getting ready to circulate. And I have no idea what has just happened with the timing screen, so let's get that fixed for you. As cars circulate, spray coming off some of the cars as it is still damp there at the circuit. Boy Thompson, purple car in the Zeus Cloud Racing with WSR entry. Going through Nelson. Up towards the name which every single commentator loves here at Snetterton, the Bomb Hole, B-O-M-B, and then up through the long right-hander of Coram, up towards Murray's, then onto the front straight as well, into Murray's now, And the first drivers starting their lap times here at Snetterton. Thompson no longer across the line. Hill will be the first to set a lap time, then followed by Turkington, then followed by Bobby Thompson. Then it'll be Ingram, Chilton, Pearson, Watson, Moffat, Halstead, and then finally it'll be the 29 of Sumpton to finish the first lap. Huff has gone for one installation lap, and that is the only driver to have gone for one installation lap then in the pit lane. So Huff is going for one run only here at Snetterton because of how long this track is. Jake Hill, his first sector time is a 41.368. Ingram is a 41.121 with 6 minutes and 20 seconds left in this qualifying session, part 1, group 1. And Sumpton just circulating as well. Huff still in pit lane. Definitely only going for one run. We look at the number 3 of Tom Chilton. Rob Huff exits the pit lane to start his outlap. He wants some free space on track. He's in sector 1 while everyone else is in sector 2 and sector 3. Colin Turkington has used all of his hybrid already for this session, well, for this lap as well, as we have our first takers up towards the line. It'll be Hill who goes across the line first. It's a 2:11.738, then Turkington 2:12.396. Thompson goes third, but is now dropping down as we have faster lap times go across the board from the likes of Ronan Pearson with a 2:12.199. So banker laps here for the first laps of the session. They may go for a cool lap now and then go for another push lap at the end of the session. Chilton 4th. Watson goes 7th, Moffat goes 7th, Watson down to 8th. The drop zone is currently Moffat, Sumpton, Watson, Halstead and Huff, who has not completed a lap yet. He's still in sector 2 of his outlap. Now sector 3 of his outlap is Rob Huff. Jake Hill is still pushing. He's gone for double push. Purple sector 1, 40.818, fastest of this session currently, as he goes up towards Agostini and up towards Hamilton through Oggies now. Jake Hill in the Laser Tools racing car, the number 24 up towards Brundle, then Nelson on the Bentley straight now. Just to the left is where the campsite is. Going up towards the sector 2 line as well. It's a 1:27.197 sector 1 and 2 times. It's 1.2 seconds up. His sector 2 time was a 46.379 with 3 minutes left on the clock as well. And it looks like only Hill has decided to go for a double push lap as well. The number 24 Laser Tools Racing with MB Motorsport entry. 4.3 seconds out of 7 seconds available hybrid he uses as he goes up towards the line. He activates his hybrid now across the line. What is his lap? It is a 2:10.620 for Jake Hill. 1.5 seconds off the second place. Turkington goes second, which is 1.297 seconds slower than Hill out in front. It was a yellow sector 3 for Hill, by the way, on his lap, which put him fastest. Purple sector 1, purple sector 2, yellow sector 3 for Hill. Watson goes across the line, puts him third, 2:11.993 for Watson. green sector 1, 2 and 3. Only one independent driver in this group, by the way. That is Scott Sumpton in the 29. Everyone else is manufacturer drivers. Rob Huff, the spray as he goes down towards the Bentley straight and through Brundle and Nelson now. He's green sector 1, green sector 2. He's half a second off the pace of Hill. He is estimated to go second though, as the gap between first and second is 1.297 seconds. This will be Rob Huff's first lap time. Thompson in the Zeus Cloud Racing with WSR entry car as well, one of their 4. He's gone a purple sector 1 with a 40.793. We look at the line for Rob Huff, who goes second with a 2:11.650, 1.030 seconds off the pace of Hill. We keep an eye on the purple machine of Bobby Thompson. His sector 2 time was a 46.786, which is a personal best for him, but not an overall best. 1 minute left in this session. Halstead, personal best, sector 1 as well. He's currently down in 11th, and at the bottom of the drop zone is the 22 of Nick Halstead. Rain spot on the camera as we go out of Coram into Murray's up towards the line. Windshield wipers are activated for Bobby Thompson as he goes past pit entry. Hybrid activated as he goes up towards the line. What is it? He's currently 8th. Where does he go? He goes second with a 2:11.231 as we look down onto turn 1 at Riches from the drone. Ingram just goes across the line to start his final lap time. He's currently in 7th. It would be a shock to see Tom Ingram go out in part 1 of qualifying. He goes into the Montreal hairpin up at turn 2. Chilton is in the pit lane, so he is done. Chilton is confirmed out. Halstead goes across the line, takes the checkered flag. He is confirmed out. Moffat goes across the line. He is confirmed out. Pearson on the drop zone. Ingram has a yellow sector 1, 41.623. He's 8/10 off the pace. He's currently 7th, so is currently in the drop zone. Where is the 29 of Scott Sumpton? We will have to see as we pick up Tom Ingram going through, I believe that is up towards Coram. In fact, that could be going down towards the Bentley Straight. Yes, it is. He's on the Bentley Straight now. Is Tom Ingram getting ready to complete his lap. Bobby Thompson just up in front. He's safe in second. So is Jake Hill in first. Rob Huff is also safe in third. Tom Ingram 2.7 seconds off the pace. So Tom Ingram could go out here, and I believe he will go out here in part 1 of British Touring Car qualifying. Now, Josh Birch is not trackside, so Tom Ingram's good luck charm is not trackside there at Snetterton this weekend, as it is a very busy weekend for us. Turkington goes 4th. But Tom Ingram up towards the line. And Tom Ingram pits. Tom Ingram is out of qualifying here at Snetterton for part 1. Tom Ingram does not advance, third in the championship. So Ingram, Chilton, Moffat and Halstead are out. Sumpton, yellow sector 1, yellow sector 2. Scott Sumpton could also go out. Hill pitted, Thompson has taken the checkered, Huff pitted, Turkington, Watson and Pearson have taken the checkered, but I don't think Sumpton will advance as well, so we can give you the classification as Sumpton has pitted in 10th. So it is Hill top, Thompson second, Huff third, Turkington 4th, Watson 5th, Pearson 6th. They go through. Then out, it is Tom Ingram, Tom Chilton, Aidan Moffat, Scott Sumpton, and Nick Halstead. Those are your drivers in and out of qualifying here at Snetterton for the third weekend of 10. 6/10 the gap out at front, 0.611 to be exact, the margin between first and second. Hopefully we will be able to go down pit lane momentarily as the start timing screens get ready for part 1 group 2. I will get the groups ready. It's Dan Camish, Ashley Sutton, Mikey Doble, Daniel Rowbottom, Aaron Taylor-Smith, Adam Morgan, Chris Smiley, Josh Cook, Darryl DeLeon, Sam Osborne as well. By the way, Sam Osborne raced a truck in Division 2 in place of Paul Rivette, who is recovering from a broken ankle, so we wish him the best. But Sam Osborne got 2 class wins in Division 2. I believe we're getting ready to go down towards Louise, who is getting ready in the pit lane momentarily, so we'll get ready to throw down to her. But Bobby Thompson, an incredible start here at Snetterton as well after being announced. Now, green flag is out, so we may not go down to Louise Goodman. We will have to see what happens. But Thompson is on the jacks. I see Alan Hyde getting ready to talk to someone on trackside commentary. Unfortunately, we don't have access to that for this session, as I haven't set it up. But green flag is out for qualifying part 1 group 2, and wind speed has gone up a couple of miles per hour to 4. That shouldn't be an issue, as all 4 nappers are out in this group. There was no nappers out in group 1. All of them are out here in group 2 as everyone circulates on their first laps around, so we could have a high chance of a couple of nappers being knocked out here in group 2, as all 4 of them are in and only 6 spaces are available as the first cars go up towards Agostini and up towards Hamilton on their out lap. Side by side there through Palmer was a couple of cars just getting ready, but let's go down to Louise Goodman.
I love the car's just really well balanced. I can put it where I want. It's a massive change compared to Brands.
I was going to say, this is what you needed, really, wasn't it, to bounce back this weekend after a real shocker last time out?
Yeah, for sure. You know, I mean, it happens to the best of us, you know. But I mean, I'm super proud of the team. You know, Laser Tools Racing, JBMotorsports have done a brilliant job. Turn it round. We're in a real good place at the moment. Let's just keep it going.
How much did the track improve in that session?
Honestly, not a lot. It felt a lot like it did at the end of FP2, a little bit drier, but there's not a lot in it. It's still very greasy at the minute, and I'm not actually sure if it's going to dry by the end of it.
So you don't think there's going to be much improvement next time you go out? Or I guess, in a way, you're hoping it's going to stay similar, so at least you know what you're facing.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, you know, we've got a really good damp/wet car at the minute. It's working incredibly well, and, you know, yeah, I want it to stay like this. I mean, we've still got a bit of sprinkle. As long as that keeps coming, I think the track's going to stay consistent.
Cool. See you out there for the next one. Back to you guys.
Yep, absolutely. Josh Cook just circulating round the circuit as well. 7 minutes and 20 seconds left in this session. The first cars going across the line to start their first lap times. as well. Rowbottom, purple sectors on his outlap. That's because they were all on slow lap. So fast outlap from Daniel Rowbottom in the 32 Napa as well. Daryl De Leon has just gone across the line now, so he is last in line. Let's bring you back up to the driver tracker screen with all the weather, tracking and classification info. On board with Aaron Taylor-Smith, who has 15 seconds of hybrid here in Group 2. He's used 3 of it so far. As Sutton, Purple Sector 1, 41.124. Purple Sector 2, a 46.647. Taylor-Smith, 47.426. So it's 8 tenths off the purple sector. As Sutton with the gold wing mirrors and the gold quick fit number plate, as he is your reigning champion. Hybrid unavailable for the rest of this lap for Ash Sutton, so he's used it all already. He didn't have a lot of hybrid going into this session per lap. Josh Cook bouncing over the curbs. Rowbottom, Purple Sector 3, 44.601. And then it's a 43.571 Purple Sector 3 for Sutton, who goes top with a 211.342 as he goes across the line. Halfway through this session already for Group 2. As we wait for the first lap times to go across the board, it's Sutton in first, Camish just under 7 tenths back, then it's Cook, Smiley is in fourth, Rowbottom fifth, Doble sixth, Taylor-Smith, De Leon, Morgan and Osborne last in 10th, as well as he had a yellow 10 seconds slower Sector 3. And has he made a mistake, Sam Osborne? Yes, he has. He's gone off the track and has had to rejoin. I believe that was down at Brundle and Nelson there for Sam Osborne. So he made a mistake and had to go off the track and rejoin using the escape roads. The track is drying a little bit, but the next laps are underway. Sutton, Camish, Cook, Rowbottom and Doble are on slow laps. Taylor-Smith is improving with a green sector 1, same as Morgan, who is in 9th. Taylor-Smith is in 7th, by the way. De Leon and Osborne are yellow sector 1s as well, so it's just Taylor-Smith and Morgan who are on lap times. Morgan activates his hybrid down the Bentley straight. He's got 15 seconds of it to use, and he's used 8.9 of it, so he's keeping 6.1 seconds as well. Daniel Rowbottom estimated 4th on this lap time. Adam Morgan estimated 5th. So no quick times on this run around the circuit. We wait to see the lap times as Morgan and Rowbottom, more rain spots on the camera on the outside of Coram in towards Murray's. It's Morgan across the line first, hybrid activated. Daniel Rowbottom across the line as well, just behind him. Morgan is currently 9th. Where does he go? He goes up towards 5th, and Rowbottom goes into 5th, which pushes Morgan down to 6th as well. Rowbottom was a 2:13.164, Morgan 2:13.356. With only 2.5 minutes left in this session, it's getting a little bit misty out of the circuit grounds. I saw in the drone shot just in distance, so more rain could be coming. It was significantly more rain spots on the front straight camera as well. So everyone now getting ready for their final laps. Morgan and Rowbottom on a cool down lap, so they'll go for one final run after this. Aaron Taylor-Smith is 6.5 tenths down on his sector 1, so he is on a cool down lap possibly as well. The only two cars with a green sector 1 is Kamish in second. That was a 41.316, and Doble in 8th with a 41.767 sector 1 time as well. So everyone getting ready with just over 1 minute left in this session. Wind direction still north at 4 miles per hour. Aaron Taylor-Smith is estimated 6th. He's currently 7th. That would put him in, but on the bubble. Sam Osborne, who became the super sub for the British Truck Racing Championship Napa team last week. Everyone else had a week off. Osborne didn't. He's currently in 10th and last. So 3 of the 4 Napas currently going through at this stage, but that isn't final, as everyone is getting ready to go across the line to start their final lap with just 30 seconds left on the clock. Aaron Taylor-Smith up towards the line. He goes 6th, 2:13.302. He gets to go again. Or will he stand down from that lap? I wouldn't. I would go for a double push. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Checkered flag is out on this session. Osborne 2:15.699. He gets that in just before the checkered flag, so he gets to go again, but that's 1.799 seconds off everyone else. It's a 2:13.5 flat for Doble, 2:13.9 flat for Darryl De Leon. Morgan, sector 1 time 41.550. So he's done a personal best. So has Rowbottom and Doble, as I just mentioned. Everyone else, yellow sector 1s. De Leon has just done a green sector 1 as well. But it's 0.690 seconds out in front. Taylor-Smith 6th, Morgan 7th. Checkered flag is out. Morgan just circulating round as well. Osborne, yellow sector 1. What is his sector 1 time? It's a 42.354. So that is half a second off the pace. Maybe even towards a second for Osborne. So he is slow out there. First up towards the line, it is Adam Morgan. He's currently 7th from out. Where does he go, Adam Morgan? He goes 4th. Rowbottom just behind, goes 4th, knocks Morgan down to 5th. Kamish next across the line. Kamish currently 2nd. Where does he go? He stays 2nd. Taylor-Smith goes across the line, stays 7th. He is out. Doble across the line. Where does he go? He stays 8th. He is out. Darryl De Leon next across the line. He is 9th. Green sector 1, yellow sector 2. Hybrid unavailable as he goes across the line. And he stays at 9th as well. So Darryl De Leon is out, and it's all eyes to Osborne, who goes across the line and is out. Osborne, 10th, one of the Nappers, last when 3 of the 4 Nappers go into the next group. Not a good look for the 77 of Osborne. So let's give you your classification for this session, part 1, group 2. It's Ash Sutton, then Dan Camis, Josh Cook, Daniel Rowbottom, Adam Morgan and Chris Smiley are your 6 heading into part 2. Then it's Aaron Taylor-Smith, Mikey Doble, Darryl DeLeon, and Sam Osborne, who are out and will not advance. Both Evans Howshaw Power Maxed Racing cars not going through. One Duckham's Racing with Bartercard car going through, the only Duckham's Racing car. And one of the 4 Nappers not going through. But more importantly, one of the Restart Racing cars are through into the top 12 as well, which is good to see. Colin Turkington, 4th in his group, in Group 1. He's just resting in the car, getting ready for the next session, which will be in a couple moments' time. Darryl DeLeon's crew and the Restart Racing crew of Chris Smiley getting ready to receive their cars as we look down from the drone shot of the front stretch. And cars just entering pit lane. The cars which will go through, getting ready for part 2. The cars that will not go through will pack up ready for tomorrow. One of the cars being pulled into the Toku technical area as normal. And let's just go through the 12 taking part in the second part of qualifying for you. It's Hill, Thompson, Huff, Turkington, Watson, Pearson. That's from Group 1. Then from Group 2, it's Sutton, Camish, Cook, Robot and Morgan, and Smiley are your 12 advancing into the next session. Then after that, the field will be cut in half from 12 down to 6 for the final part of qualifying. As well, that will be part 3. And let's go down to the world feed and hopefully we will be able to hear from Louise momentarily.
With that, but if anybody can, race well tomorrow and rebuild his weekend, Aaron is the man, experienced touring car driver, and he will be well worth watching, even though it's going to be from a loaded grid position. But third event that we've had this qualifying format, and for the third event in a row, it produces surprises. You can't, by sheer maths, have all the stars up at the front. Something's got to give.
I enjoy it. I think it's great. Josh Cook with his bicycle helmet painting. He's also got new boots on this weekend. It looks like he's got bare ankles, but they're painted boots. So he does like to be the fashion guru, doesn't he, of the drivers?
That's one description for it, yes.
And yours would be? Trendsetter.
Maverick.
Yes, Maverick, trendsetter. That's not what you said to me, no.
Oh, look, here's a bus. Throw me under it, Harvey, thank you.
Yeah.
Right, so Josh Cook, anyway, he gets through, that's the main thing. And teammate Aidan Moffat, sadly, didn't. So Aaron Taylor-Smith, I'm afraid to say, is out, but that does mean he can have a word with Louise.
Every cloud has a silver lining, David. That was frustrating, really, wasn't it? I certainly was expecting more from you guys, given where you've been at so far this weekend, and I think you probably were too.
Yeah, I think you have to assume that we would have been able to push on. I think the track just changed quite a bit from free practice 2 to quali. So probably grip levels dropped off quite a substantial amount, so the times dropped away. And we just lost a bit of performance, and I think, it's a combination of things. Probably we missed, obviously, FP1, which is life. But it's a shame. I think we got knocked out on the last lap by silly Adam Morgan. But that's what this qualifying's all about. And I think, we got knocked out in Q1 at Brands and still went on to have a great weekend. So I've no doubt we can do it again.
Well, as you say, all is definitely not lost. But it is one of the things about the way that these sessions run now. There is no time. I mean, you haven't got time to go out and think, oh, car's not quite where I want it, which you would have done previously.
Absolutely. We probably would have boxed, made a change, and then been able to find another half second to a second. But unfortunately, you get probably 2 or 3 time laps in that 10-minute session around here. So if the track has evolved or changed in grip level at all, you don't really have a chance to respond. But it's the nature for everyone. You know, at the end of the day, I can complain about it, or I can be like, chalk it up to there's no points on a Saturday, and come out swinging tomorrow.
See you out there swinging tomorrow then. Cheers. Cheers, Aaron. Back to you guys.
Thanks, Louise. So, Aaron Taylor-Smith takes it on the chin. It's a long season. What goes around comes around, and we know he can race and get his elbows out, so he won't be at the bat for long tomorrow.
No, and there's inclement weather forecast for tomorrow as well, so he knows that there's every opportunity to progress forwards, and if it isn't, we've got the delight of 3 different tyre compounds to race on, so there's every opportunity to go forward.
Right, we're in business then. This is Q2. Again, 10 minutes, 12 drivers, and we want to take 6 forward. So now it is about being quick. You've got to get through. You've got to set a good time because now you're up against more cars, and it's going to be very, very tough indeed. So,
yep, absolutely. As well, and when it does rain here at Snetterton, it does rain. It's got its own microclimate, it seems. Just like some other circuits we go to with other series, the Nürburgring and Spa come to mind as well. And already a minute gone in this session. That's how quick time goes here around the Snetterton 300 circuit. And keep an eye on the purple machine of Bobby Thompson. Second in his group, but also keep an eye on the 222 of Chris Smiley as well. Did well to get through into Group 2, but let's go down back to Louise.
Another pair of eyes and ears for it. Hello, anyway.
Hello. Well, it's nice to see you back. Are you enjoying being on this side of it?
Well, I've been on this side for about 3 or 4 years in BTC, haven't I? So yeah, I embrace it. It's a lot less pressure and stress this side of the garage.
Chris is doing well. Do you look at this new qualifying format and think, oh, I'd quite like to be out there for that?
You want the honest truth? I was confused when I watched it on the box, and I'm even more confused now I'm here. But it is what it is. It's the same for everybody. I think the conditions are the tricky thing today. So it's just that sort of halfway house, you know, where it's actually slow as it gets drier. But yeah, I mean, we're really pleased with Chris to get into the top 6 in that one, and the top 12 overall into Q2. So all to play for.
What would be a good result for him and the team in qualifying today?
I think getting into Q2, into the top 12 is a great result. And, you know, there's sort of the sharp end of the grid and there's the second half of the grid. And I think he's done really well so far, and it's a great result. You know, we should be starting in I wouldn't say the safer part, but the right half of the grid.
Cool. Great stuff. Lovely to see you here.
Yep, absolutely. Matt Neal there. Down in pit road, and that is the number 32 of Rowbottom going across the line to start his lap. Then next, just behind, it's the other napper of Ash Sutton. Then just behind Ash Sutton, it is the other napper in this session of Dan Camish as well. Jake Hill getting on his lap time. 40.765 for Jake Hill. The track is getting faster. And that purple sector gets taken away by Bobby Thompson in the purple machine as well. Rob Huff goes across the line to start his lap time. And goes into Riches. At turn 1, we pick up Thompson, who is heading on to the Bentley straight now. And Jake Hill, purple sector 2. Will Bobby Thompson take his purple sector away once more? No, he won't. As Bobby Thompson, purple sector 1, green sector 2. Hill, green sector 1, purple sector 2. Jake Hill will come across the line first, so we pick him up now as he goes through Coram and up towards the tight left-hander at Murray's, the 90-degree left-hander the final corner here at Snetterton. And here he goes, up towards the line. Jake Hill, hybrid unavailable as he goes up towards the line. What is his time? It is a 2:09.732, fastest lap of this weekend, if I'm not mistaken. Turkington, 2:11.299. Thompson goes second, 2:10.205. So Hill, just a little bit faster than Thompson, 2:10.949 for Rowbottom as he goes into third. And Morgan goes spinning off into the grass. He keeps the engine running and he is able to recover if he can get out of the grass, which may still be a little bit wet from earlier. He's got it running and it looks like he is able to get it going. That looks like that is down at turn 1. Yes, it is. And it's quite a fast turn 1. And if you get it wrong there, you can go off into the fields. It's a very, very large runoff, but there's also some crops there as well on the outside of turn 1, if I'm not mistaken, as well. But Morgan able to get it running, keeping it running. Wind speed has increased significantly from 4 to 9 miles per hour, so now a 5 mile per hour increase in wind speed with 4 minutes to go in the session. Hill continuing to circulate with Turkington behind. Then it's Bobby Thompson. Then it's one of the nappers. That will be Rowbottom. Then behind Rowbottom it is Sutton. Then behind Sutton it is Camish. Then onto the 14 of Pearson. Then Cook. Then Morgan. Then Watson. Then Chris Smiley, who is the only independent car to get in towards the top 12. 3 minutes and 14 seconds left in this session here for part 2 of qualifying. And as we tick down, it is now 3 minutes to go in this session. Turkington across the line. He's currently 9th. Where does he go? Up to 8th. Thompson starting a push lap. Pearson 12th. He's circulating as well. Rowbottom goes across the line, doesn't improve. Here comes Sutton in 4th, doesn't improve, and he's starting a fast lap now. We wait for Pearson to go round the circuit. He's coming up towards the line behind the napper of Camish. Pearson 2:11.450, personal best, but doesn't improve position. Improves time, not position for Pearson, so he stays 12th and last. As Hill, personal best, sector 1. And that is a 40.749 here at Snetterton. 114.9 the speed trap. That's in miles per hour. And with just under 2 minutes to go, 1 minute and 48 to be exact, this will be the start of the driver's final laps. Rob Huff goes across the line to start his final lap. What can he do? He's currently 7th. The first car in the elimination zone. And there's a lot of spray coming from the 20 and 19 as they are off the racing line. That's Thompson and Turkington. They will be able to start another lap time as they are going up towards Brundle and Nelson. Morgan is on his final lap as well as Hill, who is not on his final lap as he will be able to get through once more. So Jake Hill has timed it to perfection. He will get through with 1 minute to go. 1 minute as he goes across the pit entry line. So he goes across the line. He's currently top. Does he improve on his time? No, he doesn't. He is half a second down on his time. Morgan bounces over the grass on the exit of Nelson. But Huff has another go as well. Personal best sector 1 on his final lap. We pick him up as he is in the tricky infield section, I believe, up towards Oggies and Williams. He goes through Williams, now down towards the Bentley straight. Checkered flag is out on this session. Watson will be the first to go across the line. He's 6th and on the bubble. He goes across the line momentarily. Will Watson, will keep an eye on what he does there. Pearson pits, so Pearson is out. He's in 12th. Watson first to go across the line. He stays in 6th. He's in, but he's on the bubble. Huff, we are tracking as he goes through Coram and up towards the tight 90-degree left-hander of Murray's, where you bounce over the curbs. Good corner there from Rob Huff. Goes up towards the line. He'll be the next driver to go across the finish line. Checkered flag is out. And what is it? He's 7th. Does he improve? No, he doesn't. So Rob Huff is out of qualifying in 7th. Now we wait for the next cars. The next car to come across the line will be Turkington. He is 8th. Colin Turkington is 8th and may not advance into qualifying. Rowbottom is 9th, may not advance into the top 6 of qualifying. Watson could just do this depending on what Adam Morgan can do in 11th with a 40.866 Sector 1 time. That might not be enough. He's got a yellow Sector 2, has Adam Morgan, of a 46.222. Turkington next to come across the line. Will he improve? No, he doesn't. Turkington goes into pit lane, so Turkington is out of qualifying. Thompson goes up towards the line. He stays 2nd. He should be safe and through. Hill pits, he is safe. Turkington and Rowbottom pits as well. Rowbottom is out of qualifying. The other nappers going through to take the flag. Camish stays 3rd. Sutton stays 4th. Chris Smiley, I don't think will get through. Adam Morgan from 11th goes 6th to knock out Watson. Adam Morgan from 11th to 6th after grass tracking earlier on in the session, has tons of grass in his radiator and still advances into part 3. Adam Morgan through, knocks out Watson. That's a shock there as well. And Watson pits as he is unable to improve. So does everyone else. So it's Hill, Thompson, Camish. Then it's Sutton, Cook and Adam Morgan through. That is your top 6 through. Then it's Watson, Huff, Turkington, Rowbottom, Smiley and Pearson out of qualifying as well. Let's go join the world feed for their thoughts of the session.
challenges.
Yep. So we are ready for Q3 again. 10 minutes, 6 cars, and they will be those of Jake Hill, Bobby Thompson, Dan Camish, Ash Sutton, Josh Cook and Adam Morgan. So you've got 3 BMWs, you've got 2 Fords, and you've got 1 Toyota as Josh Cook gets ready to go. And very shortly, we'll get a green flag. It's 3 minutes, in theory, the time once the last car arrives at its pit bay. Those drivers that don't have much work to be done will be ready to go as soon as. Adam Morgan, of course, the last man to take the flag, the last man into the pit lane. And Steve Farrell, his engineer, will be making sure that everything is good before they release the car ready for the final part. So just those 6 drivers to go. And before we get into Q3, let's just remind ourselves of the classification at the end of Q2. Jake Hill then is the fastest from Bobby Thompson. Dan Camish in 3rd, Ash Sutton 4th, Josh Cook 5th, Adam Morgan just in at the end, a thousandth slower than Josh Cook, but he's in, and the margin between Hill and the rest, 0.4 of a second this time. We lose Andrew Watson, Rob Huff, Colin Turkington and Dan Rowbottom, and Andrew Watson so unlucky. Thought he was in and then bumped out, Louise, by the last car to take the flag.
Yeah, we were just having that conversation. I just said to Andrew, I thought you were in there, and your response was?
Me too. Yeah, Adam actually caused the yellow flag, which I had to abort. I was up, so I had to abort it because of Adam. And then he got going again and knocked me out, so fair play.
That's a bit mean, frankly, isn't it? But I suppose the good news is it looks like you've got a good car underneath you.
Yeah, today hasn't been plain sailing. This morning was, just really loose and, struggling with the car. So FP2 was like a reset, start again for the weekend, and it was a bit better. And yeah, fair play to my engineer. He made a few suggestions that, I was a bit confused about where to go, and he came up with a few good ideas, and they worked. So again, we executed pretty well. We've been pretty comfortable in qualifying. So yeah, who knows what's going to happen this weekend? But yeah, we're still in the mix.
I guess it looks like we're going to have sort of similar conditions to this tomorrow. So at least you've got a good starting point for the rain.
Yeah, I've given up looking at the forecast, but yeah, I've done well in these changeable conditions before, and it offers a lot of opportunities, and you've got to be smart. Not always about outright pace, but I think in all conditions we're all improving the car, all 4 of us, and that shows on track. So yeah, I'm happy with today. It's it was a tough start, and I can't really complain about P7.
Cheers.
Thanks.
Yep, absolutely. Andrew Watson out of qualifying. And the green light is on for part 3 and the final part of qualifying here at Snetterton. Using the 300 layout, of course, the 100 layout and the 200 layout, of course, around this circuit. 3 layouts. The 200 sees you go left right after turn 2. And the 100 layout sees you go round the wrong way of Palmer, Agostini, Hamilton and Oggies, and you go right after Palmer and up towards the hairpin, but then you turn right just before, and then you go down towards Oggies, Hamilton, Agostini in that direction, and then back across the line to Palmer as well. So it's Morgan, Hill, Thompson, Sutton, Camish and Cook out in this quick six. Cook thumbs up to his mechanic, nods his head, and he is out on track last. On the track, it's Thompson, Hill, then Morgan in a group of 3. Then there's a little bit of a gap. Then it's Sutton, Camish and Cook in the second group of 3 as well. Hill has backed off. That's given Thompson a significant lead out in front. That's one of the nappers getting a little bit loose. I believe that was the 27 of Camish getting a little bit loose. Yes, it was. We saw that from Josh Cook's onboard. Josh Cook goes in front of Camish. Camish lets Cook through as we go through Brundle and Nelson. And first across the line it won't be Thompson, as Thompson pits. So Thompson doing an installation lap here in this quick 6. So going through, it'll be Hill. The 27 and 1 also pit, so 2 of the nappers pit. That's Sutton and Camish, the only 2 nappers here in this session. So it's Morgan, Hill and Cook that go through. It's Hill, Morgan, Cook out on track, the order. They're changing the tyres for Bobby Thompson. And Thompson, then it's Rowbottom in garage 5, then it's Sutton Camish in 6 and 7, so the front part of the pit lane very busy. Thompson gets pulled back out and gets pushed on his way, so does Ash Sutton. Jake Hill, 42.1212, seconds off what we've seen previously here today in Sector 1 times, so it's just his first banker lap there. Then it's a 40.862 for Cook, so he is pushing on his first flying lap. Thompson goes through turn 1 after exiting the pit lane, so does Sutton. Everyone currently out on track once more. Cook just circulating as well through Williams up towards the Bentley straight and Brundle, then Nelson. Let's see what Josh Cook's Sector 2 time is as he goes across the timing beam. It's a 45.775 for Josh Cook. Good Sector 2 time there. Gets a massive slide through Nelson. Just keeps it on the track. Well saved for Josh Cook. That will lose him a little bit of time, but he is still fast. Is the 66, and here is a replay. Just gets on the brakes a little bit too sideways, and that slides him through Nelson as well. So a little mistake there from Josh Cook. He's still quick though. He'll go to the top of the times, will he? Hill goes top with a 210.621. Here comes Cook across the line. He goes first with a 209.534, even with that mistake up at Nelson. Thompson, Sutton, Camish still on their outlaps. So the drivers completed their first laps. Cook 209.534. A second back, it's Hill with a 210.621. Then 3 seconds back from that, it's Morgan with a banker lap of 213.987 for Adam Morgan. So he'll have to go again. I think everyone will have to go again. Cook is going for a double push. He has just done a 39.771 Sector 1. The track is dry and the track is getting quicker. That's a second faster than his previous purple Sector 1. So Cook is flying. Thompson, Sutton and Camish in the second group go across the line to start their first flying laps of the session with 3 minutes and 40 left. So they are looking to go for a double push. These three, the first three of Cook, Hill, Morgan, they may be going for a push. Hill has a purple Sector 2 of 43.364. Cook's Sector 2 time was a 44.608, just under 3 tenths off. Cook does well and does not slide through Nelson like he did on his last lap. Down through the dip, up towards Coram we go. Josh Cook currently first. His purple Sector 1 has been taken away from Ash Sutton, who does a 38.723 Sector 1. That's another 1 second quicker, so it could be the last driver to go across the line gets pole, because the track is improving, the track is drying. Hill, 205.121. Then it's Cook, 206.327. Then it's Morgan, 209.585. The track is improving. Keep an eye on Ash Sutton. His Sector 2 time with a 43.8 flat. With 2 minutes to go in this session. He's used up all of his hybrid currently as he goes through the dip at the bomb hole. Then up through Coram. Then up towards Murray's. The 90-degree left-hander to bring you onto the front straight. Keep an eye where Ash Sutton goes. Up towards the line, exits the final corner, has no hybrid to activate here. As he goes up towards the line, what will his time be? It's going to be fast. It is a 2:03.614. The track is improving, and we have a purple Sector 1 for Hill of a 38.549. That will move him up. Camish's lap time has been deleted, so he drops from second down to 6th. So he'll have to go again if he has time. Jake Hill through Brundle and Nelson's now. 1 minute 20 seconds on the clock. Best sector times. Jake Hill 38.549. Josh Cook 43.458. Jake Hill 40.747. Perfect lap time. A 2:02.754. And our fastest lap is a 2:02.349, which has just been done by Hill. So Hill is fast. Hill has just improved as he goes across the line. What a lap from Hill. This could be a scenario of last driver to go across the line gets the pole. How much this track is improving. Sutton Purple Sector 1, a 37.890. Purple Sector 2 for Bobby Thompson, a 43.062. Bobby Thompson going through round the third sector now. And we look at Ash Sutton. His Sector 2 time was a 43.287. 2 tenths off what Bobby Thompson did. And he was 10 thousandths faster, 100 faster than Thompson in Sector 1 with Sutton. But 3-2-1, the checkered flag is out here at Snetterton for the final part of qualifying. Sutton will be the first to go across the line. Sutton is currently third. Purple Sector 1, green Sector 2. Where does Ash Sutton go? What time will it be? It's a 2:01.681. Ash Sutton goes for provisional pole. Bobby Thompson is 5th, now gets knocked down to 6th. He goes up to 4th with a 2:02.560. Camish goes 3rd with a 2:02.423. We're still waiting on Hill, Cook and Morgan, who are all in Sector 2. So we'll have to wait on them. Hill will be the next to go up across the line. Hill, 42.781, Sector 2. So we'll watch him as he goes up towards the line. Estimated second for Josh Cook in the LKQ Euro car parts with Snetterton entry. He's got 3.1 seconds of hybrid left to use. 2.4 seconds left of hybrid for use for Jake Hill as he goes out the final corner and up towards the line. Hybrid activates, hybrid unavailable. What is his lap time? It is, will he go top? It's a 2:08.876. Hill goes provisional pole. Cook is still going across the line. Morgan as well, still circulating. Morgan is 6th. He jumps up to 3rd with a 2:01.867. We're still waiting on Cook, who will be the last one to go across the line. And Josh Cook pits. So it's Hill, Sutton, Morgan, Camish, Thompson and Cook, your top 6 here in qualifying for Snetterton Race 1. And Cook got on the brakes way too much and Brundle and spun on the infield of Nelson. So Josh Cook, second mistake of the session at Nelson. The Brundle and Nelson quick left and then into the slow right-hander. So he went spinning on the grass, did Josh Cook. That's why he pitted and in 6th. But Jake Hill, your pole sitter, the Laser Tools racing team, are celebrating down in pit lane. Unfortunately, we are on a quick off for this broadcast. So let me just remind you of the top 6 once again. It's Jake Hill, Ash Sutton, Adam Morgan, Dan Camish, Bobby Thompson, and Cook as well, Josh Cook, who had a mistake as well. You can join us for race 1 at 11:35 start at Snetterton. Then race 2, it's a 2:25 race start, and then race 3, it's a 5:20 race start as well. Our first broadcast tomorrow, 5 to 1 in the morning. That'll be the world feed taking you through Formula E Shanghai Free Practice 3 as well. Hopefully you can join us for the biggest day in motorsport tomorrow. Monaco Grand Prix, Indianapolis 500, Coca-Cola 600. Hopefully you can join us for that. See you then.